oh my gosh, if you can, this dressing, and this dressing can be used for so much, and I'm actually going to be using as part of it with my chicken, as kind of like a small dipping sauce to kind of marry all this. This salad dressing vinaigrette is so easy, but you do need a food processor. So it's sticking to my counter right now, and I think I'm going to scoot this over. Okay. Literally, you guys, oh my gosh, it's so good. I already did it ahead of time, and it takes a minute. You take a whole peach, cut it in half, de-pit it. Never use, oh Deb, wait till you taste this with the peaches. This, especially on chicken, is gonna be so good. But even the watermelon, it's almost like you bump up your citrus vinaigrette that we love so much, and the sweetness of the peaches right now being in season, oh my gosh, so good. So I have one large peach that I just cored into quarters. I have a half a cup of olive oil, extra virgin, about a third cup of white balsamic, and you guys will laugh. I have no more white balsamic, because that's how much I use it. I thought I had, you know how we all think something's in the pantry and it's not, because I never not have white balsamic. But so I just used my juicy balsamic. So if you have a balsamic vinegar you like, it absolutely is fine. You don't have, I will call out the recipe as white balsamic. If you don't have it, it's totally fine. But the white balsamic, I know my sister just tasted it too. There is a little bit more brightness to a white balsamic vinegar, if that makes sense. But don't get too hooked up in here. We are not using a red wine vinegar. This is a balsamic vinegar, and this will be whether white or just your, you guys all know I love my juice tea, but for sure I would like white, but I was out of it. So I put that in, and then a teaspoon of, I love wildflower honey. I just used a teaspoon of that in there. And salt, because don't forget salt will always bring out the sweetness in any of these recipes we do. And you just blend it. And it is, oh my gosh, it's so fantastic. So I definitely wanted to show you. So this is because it's a little browner because I used regular balsamic. But if you notice the consistency, and this is what I was kind of wanted to show you before I added more. This is a little thicker than I would normally have my vinaigrette. So it's not something I would pour. I personally am totally fine with it. I'm totally fine with adding a drizzle, you know, like almost putting this right at, here, I'll just do it. I would absolutely be fine doing that and probably put a fresh basil leaf on top. If you want this a little thinner, adjust your olive oil and your balsamic, but just more your olive oil. You might just need a little bit more if you wanted to go there and do a full pour. And especially because I know I'm going to be doing grilled chicken, I wanted something a little thicker, so I'm going to be running that right across each piece of my chicken.